everybody, welcome or welcome back to a new video. My name is Georgia if you are new here. Today I have a pretty exciting video, or I find it exciting anyway. We are just going to be doing some bookish stuff. I want to do a little bit of book shopping. We're going to be chatting through some new reads, and I actually have some bookish tattoos, which is very exciting. But I thought I would just bring you along for a little bookish week in my life, and we will see what we get up to. But first on the agenda is actually very exciting. So the lovely Donatella, she had the idea that we would pick a book for each other to read, and that is what we're going to go book shopping for. That is what I'm going to do, a little mini reading vlog of me reading. If you don't know Donatella, she is the most gorgeous girly ever. She is Donatella Reads on Instagram and Donatella But on YouTube. I actually don't know if I followed her Instagram first and then found her YouTube, or if I found her YouTube and followed her Instagram through there, but I feel like I've been following her for ages, and we always have cute little discussions about books that we're reading, just general cuteness and chit chat. But she is so lovely. I feel like she's literally just sunshine personified. She's just gorge. But she actually messaged me and said, should we pick a book for each other to read? We'll do a little prompt. And she sent me a Waterstones gift card. I sent her a Waterstones gift card, so we can go and pick the book for each other. Or go and pick the book that the other one has recommended, or gave us a prompt for. So the prompt that she gave me the first time was a purple cover with the author's name having a H in it. But then she realised that that was Daydream, which was actually my current read, but I have just finished that. So then she had to change and send me another one. So the new prompt that we're going to be working with is a romance book with blue on the cover with a H in the name. I feel like there's a few options for this. I have actually messaged her and just said, is the H in the book title or is it the author's name? Because I feel like we could go with, I've seen one called Hexed, which I believe is a romantasy, but obviously that has H in the book title, but I believe that the cover is more of a purpley blue. But then another one that I thought was the new, which is Out of the Woods. Obviously we have a H in the book title and a H in the author's name, so I did think that it could be that one too. Or another option is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Obviously Ali Hazelwood, there's a H and the cover is blue, and I feel like everybody and their auntie has been reading that recently, so I feel like it could be that one. But I have asked, I've said I feel like this is the book, I feel like it's Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, but is there another one that you want me to get? Am I on the wrong track? So we will see what she says. But the prompt that I gave her was a red book with a number in the title. I'll give you 3 seconds to try and guess what that one might be. It is Binding 13. I did also tell her to check the trigger warnings, just because obviously that book deals with a few heavier topics, and I didn't want to send her in blind because that would be pretty shitty of me. So I did tell her to check the trigger warnings, but we will see if she does actually pick that one up, because even though we've gave the prompt, we've said that they are guides. If she finds another one that matches that prompt, then she is obviously free to read that. But I gave her that one with Binding 13 in mind. I had to scour her YouTube channel and her book Insta to see what books that she'd already read, because I feel like our reading tastes are pretty similar. We are both romance girlies. I know that she loves the Chestnut Spring series, and she has recently been reading Magnolia Parks. So I feel like we are very aligned with our book tastes. We both really like the same kind of books. So hopefully she will love that book. If she doesn't, I will literally cry. And obviously it is a pretty chunky one as well that I've recommended to her. But all of that being said, first up on the agenda is to go and do a little bit of book shopping. So she did send me a Waterstones voucher, so kind of her, so lovely. So we are going to use that to go and find the book. I am thinking it's going to be Deep End, but we will go and have a look to see if we can see any of the others. Let's go. So the Waterstones trip was a success. I did pick up Deep End by Ali Hazelwood for our prompt from Donatella. I did have a look for the other ones that I'd mentioned. So I had a look for Hexed by Emily McIntyre, but that was not in the Waterstone shop that I was in. I couldn't find that. And then I also had a look for Out of the Woods, and I feel like I saw it walking past it, but then when I was trying to have a look again, I could not find it. So we went with this one, but I do think that this was the one that she meant anyways. So this is Ali Hazelwood's new book. I have seen this literally everywhere. Like, I feel like people have been talking about this book non-stop. I think I talked about it in my recent sort of like anticipated reads video. I feel like a lot of people that I follow, I'd seen them post ARC reviews of this, and then obviously since it's been released, a lot of people have been reading it too, and I feel like people love it. Like, people are loving this book and this couple. I did also say in that video that Ali Hazelwood for me is a little bit of a, not like a love-hate author, but she's just not one of my all-time favourite authors, because I feel like her books for me have been a little bit hit or miss. I really loved Bride. That is my favourite book of hers. And I also loved the short Christmas novella that she did. But then I've read The Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically, and I did not love those. They were not my faves. But this one is still sort of like that women in STEM centred, I believe. But this one is supposed to be a little bit spicier from what I have gathered and what people have said. Marty actually messaged me, I think it was either yesterday or this morning, I can't remember, and he was like, Georgia, you need to read Ali Hazelwood's new book. You'll love it. It's kinky. I don't know what that says about me, but here we are. We have picked it up, so I am just going to get straight into this. I'm going to read this, give this a go, and we will see what it's like, see if it maybe stands with Bride on my Ali Hazelwood tier ranking. I know nothing about this apart from the fact that I think it is supposed to be a little bit spicier than Ali Hazelwood's other books, and I feel like there's like a contract involved. I don't know. Let's just get into it and we will see. I will update you in a little bit once I've read a little bit of this. I do not know what is in this book, but I am eating it up. Like, I am binging it. I don't know how long I've been reading for, but I'm up to chapter 20. I am 113 pages in, literally in one sitting. Like, I feel like it's so easy to read. We haven't really, how do I talk about it without spoiling it in case people want to read this book? We've not necessarily got any like romance or anything from them. They have sort of started a little bit of their relationship in whatever capacity that's going to be. Like, we're getting little bits of them and things are sort of starting to not even progress. Like, we are literally just laying the foundations, but I feel like it's so easy to read. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the setting of how it's kind of like all of a friendship group, and we have like the diving thing. Okay, so basically we have Vandy or Scarlett. She is a diver. It's set at Stanford. She previously had an injury and now she is trying to sort of like work around that and get back into her diving. And then we have Lucas, who is a swimmer also at Stanford. He's like an Olympic gold medalist. So they are obviously like swimming or doing their like sports in the same pool. Like, they all are in the same sort of area. And Pen, who is Lucas's ex-girlfriend, she is also on the diving team with Scarlett. And basically it sort of comes up that her and Lucas are not compatible in the bedroom, and that conveniently him and Scarlett are. Like, that is the whole premise of the book. Very weird, honestly. Not like anything I've ever read before in that sort of situation, that sort of scenario. But Penny is basically trying to set them up, honestly. So that is where we are at the minute. that this sort of knowledge is just like floating around in this little trio, and there's like comments being made about it. They are sort of almost like not getting to know each other, but kind of a little bit, but in their unique, bizarre little way. But I just feel like the dynamic and everything is so easy to read, and obviously like the storyline and the way that they're like meet cute, if you will. I have never read anything like that before, so I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm going to read for a little bit longer and just see where we get up to. Going to go and get some new tattoos. I'm getting 6 in total, and literally all of them except one are bookish. Like bookish related, book adjacent quotes and stuff from my favourite books. I'm so excited. I haven't had any new tattoos in so long, and I only really have like one bookish one, but I've been wanting to get some for ages, and I'm just so excited. Let's go. So I'm going to get my tattoos. Anyway, I'm going to get my tattoos. So I feel like I have not like spoke to you obviously about them, but I'm getting 6 new tattoos. I'm getting 5 that are like bookish, 1 that is not, but they are 3 of them are by the same author, or like from books by the same author, and 1 of them is by a different one. Is that right? Is that how many? No, 4 are from the same author. Maybe we can guess, maybe we cannot, and then 1 of them is just by a different author. But I'm so excited. Let's go. I haven't had any new tattoos in ages. I'm going to a new tattoo artist, so a little bit nervous, but they're gonna look so cute, and I'm so excited. So I'm back from getting my tattoos. I feel like they are kind of going to be hard to show you, but I thought I would give like a little run through of what I've got, because I actually love them so much. Don't know why I'm surprised, because obviously I should love them, but like I'm just obsessed and they mean so much to me. Please obviously ignore how pale my arms are, but I got 4 on my arms. So actually let's just start with one that is not bookish. I got this little seashell. I obviously haven't like cleaned them or anything yet, because I've literally just got home, so they do look a little bit like harsh and a bit messy, just because I haven't like gone around them with soap or like water or anything yet, sort of get away any last little bits of the stencil or blood or anything. But I got this cutesy little seashell just because you guys all know I'm such a beach girl. Like I love being by the sea, love being by the water, love being by the beach, and I'm such a like nature ocean girly, so I wanted a cute little seashell. I think she is adorable. Then going on to the bookish ones, so I wonder if you're guessing along, if you kind of guess which series or author they're gonna be from. But I already have like these little stars, which are very like ACOTAR coded. Basically, I didn't want the quote from ACOTAR, which is like, "To the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered." I did think about getting like that actual quote, but then I just changed my mind, because I didn't think that I was going to end up getting as many quotes and like script as I do. But yeah, so I got these little stars, but that is very ACOTAR coded. So to go with my ACOTAR coded one on this hand, I feel like it looks rubbish so far away, but I feel like it's just not a flattering, like it's not a flattering place to show on video, or like even when I've just been trying to get pictures of it, like it doesn't look good, but I feel like in person it just looks so nice. But I got 2 little matching ones on each wrist. Again, like I feel like the positioning looks nice when you are looking at them like this, but it's hard to show you. I'm just like flopping my arms around. But on this one, I got Climb the Mountain, because I am so Nesta coded, like literally so Nesta coded. It's insane. And Nesta, I will die on the hill. Nesta is so misunderstood, and I am so Nesta. And I think I remember seeing a TikTok before where it's like, either you are a Nesta or you have been hurt by a Nesta, and that kind of decides whether you like her or whether you hate her. And I love her. I think she's, yeah, so misunderstood, and I just see so much of myself in her as like, I don't know. So I got Climb the Mountain, which is obviously from Nesta's book. I'm actually gonna get it. It literally says at the beginning of A Court of Silver Flames, for every Nesta out there, climb the mountain. And for Josh, Taryn and Annie, who are the reason I keep climbing my own. And I just love that so much. Like, this series means so much to me anyways. But like, when I read that book and when Nesta climbing the stairs, the whole like mountain, like the scene that quote is referring to, I just needed it. I just knew that I needed it. And then just to like finish this arm off, I got this little like fire heart. But I have actually wanted this for a while anyways, like even before Throne of Glass. But I just thought this was so cute, and I'm gonna try and convince my best friend to get the matching one, because I just feel like we are twin flames anyways, but like, so cute. Then moving back onto this arm, so obviously I have my little shell, but then I also got You Do Not Yield, which is from Throne of Glass. And again, like the same sort of thing with Nesta. I just feel like when I read Throne of Glass and I was reading about Aelin, I was literally like, there is something about these female characters that for me come across as quite like, or people perceive them as to be quite cold, like literally a fire breathing bitch queen. Me coded. Like, I feel like there's a certain thing to be said about like these female characters that aren't like all sunshine and like fluffiness, and I just love them. I loved Aelin so much, and I feel like I saw so much of myself in her. And obviously like just this quote anyway, like you do not yield. And also we get that in ACOTAR 2. You do not fear, you do not falter, you do not yield. And I just felt like having these two here, I just love that I can see them all the time, and they remind me of my two queens, my two unapologetic, loyal, cold queens, and I love them. I will say full credit goes to Emmy for this placement, because I knew that I wanted Climb the Mountain or something Nesta coded, and then when I finished Throne of Glass, I was like, I need You Do Not Yield on my body, like I need that ASAP. But because of like where I had this one and I already had this one on the back and my flowers, I knew that I wanted them in the same place, but I just couldn't quite decide where. Like, I didn't know whether to get them up here. But like, my thing is that yes, I want a lot of tattoos, and I do have quite a few tattoos, but I don't want people to look at me and straight away just see tattoos, if that makes sense. Like, I obviously don't mind people noticing that I have tattoos and people being like, oh yeah, she has a few tattoos, but I don't want when people look at me to be like, oh, she's tattooed. Like, that's the first thing that they think. So I didn't want, I know they're literally on my arms, but I didn't want too many in like huge places. And then I actually was on Pinterest looking for tattoo placements and looking up Throne of Glass tattoos, and Emmy's actually popped up. And I did message her and just say like, I'm thinking about getting the same tattoos. I'm not decided on placement, but if I used yours as inspo, would that be okay? And she was so lovely, so full inspo does go to her, because I would not have even thought about this placement. And then the other two that I got, so I have one more Throne of Glass one, which is going to be kind of hard to show you. I might actually have to insert another clip. But obviously we have the little fire heart, but I actually got fire heart in writing, like on my hip. I feel like it's so hard to show you, but she's just on there. I'll include like another little clip because I kind of don't want to get flagged for showing my hip. But I just got fire heart in red because I love a red tattoo. And also like, yeah, going back to Aelin, I love her, fire breathing bitch queen. Like, she has my heart and soul and I feel so seen. And I just needed them all. I needed to commemorate and like solidify how much I love those books so much, and those characters, and just like, I feel like they look so cute. And then the last one that I have is again another Bookish one, but it's for the Magnolia Parks universe, specifically Daisy Hates. So I have got The Great Undoing on my back. Again, it's gonna be hard to show you, but I will see if we can get a little clip in. But it just says The Great Undoing. I thought that's so cute. Like, in the summer, I have my little shell. I actually want some more on my back as well. But if you don't know, the Magnolia Park series is another one of like my holy trinity book series. Like, I love it so much. Specifically like the Daisy Hates books. I feel like they're the books that I almost like. I feel like I'm more Daisy than Magnolia. And everybody knows how I feel about a certain Mr. Hates. Julian just has my heart, and his sort of like relationship with Magnolia, I feel like that truly like, oh my god, saying change my perspective on love is so dramatic, but like the fact that he knew not me gonna cry, the fact that he knew that she would never pick him, yet he still loved her, and the way that he spoke about her, and the quotes in that book about how Julian feels towards Magnolia literally make me sob. So the book is called Daisy Hates a Great Undoing, but then he also says like, again, let me get the book, we'll read the quotes so we can cry together. The way I've just flipped to this page straight away is literally like muscle memory. Fuck, I hate loving her. It's a great undoing of my heart as I know it. She's made herself at home, kicked off those fucking cerulean heels, put her feet up on my left rib. Over the mantelpiece, she hung her own portrait up herself, that little minx. Best painting I've ever seen too. Better than any woman anyone has ever painted in the history of time. A face I'd win battles for, a face I'd lose anything for, even her. It's time. I love her more than I've ever loved anything, and I thought I might have been able to angle it, find a way for us to work. A life between where I can be who I am and love her how I do, and it not be the death of her, but it's not in the cards. It'd be the death of her, and I won't be, so it's time. Just the way that Julian like talks about her, and I feel like we're getting so deep and so cringy here, but like the vulnerability in that melts my heart. And the whole like in another life, never mind, I already love her in the... I just needed it again, and I have been contemplating getting that tattoo for ages. I just didn't know where I wanted it, but I am so happy that I have it now and that I have it on my back. I just love back tattoos so much. I do want a few others. I'm thinking about getting some more, like something to do with Manon and the 13, and I just love them so much, and I'm so happy with them. I feel like they've all came out so cute, and the placement and everything is just adorable. And obviously like tattoos are very personal. I personally don't think that tattoos need to have like a meaning. I think if you like it, then you can get it, like that's cool. Like these ones do have so much meaning to me too, because they are from my favourite books, and obviously we know that I'm such a book girly, and I think books just have obviously such a special place in my heart, and these characters have such a special place in my heart. I literally feel like I'm gonna cry, but I just love them so much, and I'm literally like just obsessed. I think for me, tattoos, when they like settle in a little bit, obviously look much nicer than when they're like raised and red. And when I have like a little bit of a tan, I just think they look so cute. But I just love them so much, and I'm so excited that I have them. So I have just been to the hairdressers, and I actually read a little bit more of my book. So I have like just over 100 pages left. I am thoroughly enjoying it so far. I feel like it is kind of exactly what I needed. It's like light-hearted, a smutty little romance. I am not particularly invested in like the characters or in the plot. Like I kind of am. We've kind of got like the diving subplot going on, or like not even the subplot, like we've got both of their sports and their like college careers, I guess, and their athletics or whatever, and I am enjoying that as well. Like I'm enjoying reading about that, but obviously the romance is what is like taking centre stage, and the smut, let's be real. But I found it so easy to read. I'm eating it up. I've got like just over 100 pages, so I'm gonna sit and finish that. So the bit that I'm up to, we obviously their like physical relationship has progressed, and you can kind of see that both of them are wanting more than that, but kind of neither of them want to say it, or like he has hinted at it or has said it, but he won't fully say it because he knows that she will kind of freak out. And then obviously we've got the ex and the friend that is causing a bit of an issue. But I am enjoying it. I feel like that's obviously where the conflict's going to come from. It's going to be that there is this like friend there that they don't really know how to navigate about. But I'm thoroughly enjoying it in terms of like, I feel like it's just so fast paced and so easy to read with what like I'm feeling at the minute. It's not like the best book I've ever read. It's not going to be like my favourite romance book I've ever read, but I am eating it up. I am on chapter 58, so I'm 378 pages in. I have just over 50 or so left, I believe. So let's finish it. So I have finished Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, and honestly I really enjoyed it. I don't know quite what I would rate it because I enjoyed it for like what it was, like a spicy sort of smutty read, but obviously their relationship was very much physical based and like sexually charged, which like I knew that going into this, so I don't mind. But I think if I would have read that not knowing it, I would have been like, literally the whole point of their relationship is sex, which like I said, because I knew that, I don't mind. And I feel like I just needed an easy to read smutty book, so I did enjoy it. But it's probably not going to be a book that I like think about. I definitely enjoyed this writing a lot more than like Love Theoretically and The Love Hypothesis. So I don't know, maybe her like smuttier sort of like more, I don't know how to explain it, but like Bride and this one, which I guess are not normal romance tropes or like rom-coms, they're the ones that I've enjoyed the most from her. So I did enjoy it. I will say I kind of had kinkier expectations of this book, and that's all I'm going to say on it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much to Donatella, of course, for sort of recommending or encouraging me to pick up this book, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And make sure you go and watch her video because I picked her read too, and I cannot wait to see what she thinks of that book. I will leave her channel and everything linked down below. I don't know what my next read is going to be. I do have some books that were on my February TBR that I have not got to, including Kristen Hannah books. I had a thriller that I wanted to read, so maybe we'll pick one of those up and that will be on the agenda for tonight. I am gonna wrap this video up here just because I feel like it will be a pretty long one. But I do hope you enjoyed coming along with me doing some cute little bookish stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.